Guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. Hope you guys are staying safe. Hope everything's good wherever you guys are. So guys, just to give you some news, Callum Smith will be fighting Artur Beterbiev January 14th. Now, I'm a bit surprised with this news. Why January 14th? I mean, I know that Beterbiev recovering from some dental injury that he had. But I mean, that's crazy, man. That's like what are we now? August, that's like 6 months away. That's crazy, man. 6 months. That's like, that's, wow. That's like, a fight scheduled now for January. It's crazy. But yeah, they're going to fight January 14th. Obviously, that holds up the division. Beterbiev's not getting any younger. I think this gives this obviously gives Callum Smith even more time. And obviously, it's not good for Beterbiev because Beterbiev's not getting any younger. So this, in my opinion, probably favors Callum Smith because Callum Smith's not that old. And Beterbiev, as we know, is not young. So I don't think this is favorable to Beterbiev. Also, if Beterbiev is to win, he'll be the favorite, of course. I don't think it's favorable when he matches up against Bivol as well, because I think that, again, Bivol's younger, he's fresher, and I think that, again, is going to make that fight more favorable in Bivol's favor. I think Bivol is going to be quite a big favorite, especially, let's see how he gets on with Callum Smith, because I don't think that'll be an easy fight. Not to say, I think he beats Smith if Beterbiev is the same guy, but obviously I think Smith definitely has a better chance. The other thing is, like, Beterbiev's getting injured. Beterbiev is getting injured. I don't know what that was, but Beterbiev's getting injured more. It's not a good sign. The fact that Beterbiev's getting injured more, it shows that maybe his age is catching up with him. Father time is around the corner. And he's there now. He's there for the taking. So maybe Smith might be getting him at the right time. I don't know whether Smith has what it takes to beat him. I definitely think Bivol has what it takes to beat him if he fights him now. I fancied a couple of years ago that I think Beterbiev might take Bivol. But now, after watching Bivol, after looking at Bivol and how impressive that he's looked, I think you probably have to say Bivol goes into that fight now as a favourite. And it wouldn't surprise us at all if Bivol even doesn't just beat Beterbiev, but does what a Spence Crawford-like performance where Crawford just totally annihilated Spence. It won't surprise me if we get that, because Bivol is so good. He's so skillful and he's young, he's fresh. It wouldn't surprise me if he's just so much better and just beats up Beterbiev, because you look at people like Anthony Yarde, who are nowhere near the level of Bivol, gave Beterbiev tough fights. Now that is obviously a sign that maybe Beterbiev isn't the fighter he was. But Yarde's a good fighter, don't get me wrong. It's just the fact that I think Bivol is so skillful, so fast, that it could be tough. But Beterbiev, if, like I said, he's a great pressure fighter. If he walks Bivol down, what's going on here? If he walks Bivol down, puts a lot of pressure on him, hits him with big shots, who knows what could happen. But I think the general consensus is that Dimitri Bivol would win that fight now. So I don't think this delay is helping his chances if that fight ever does come to fruition. Who knows? Maybe Smith or someone else might beat Bivol or Beterbiev, sorry. So yeah, I'm worried. I'm worried for Beterbiev, just because obviously I want to see him at his best against those guys. Unfortunately, I don't know whether we'll get the best version of Beterbiev when he does get that big fight. So, who knows? Maybe Canelo might explore that avenue as well. Now that Beterbiev's getting older, maybe Canelo may think, look, I want to fight Bivol, but let me go through Beterbiev. Maybe I can beat Beterbiev and then I can fight Bivol for the undisputed. Who knows? So that might be an option. And if Callum Smith wins, I definitely think Canelo Alvarez will be looking at that, because Canelo could think, I could become unified champion at light heavyweight. Then I could be one fight away from being undisputed. So Canelo, but the thing is, Canelo's now got a couple of fight deal with PBC. So he's going to have his first one with Jamel. So that's going to probably keep him out for a year. So if Smith does beat if Smith does beat Beterbiev, how's all of that going to play out? That's going to be very interesting. Look, I don't expect Smith to beat Beterbiev, but if he does, I think that you never know. Bivol might even fight Smith for the undisputed, and then I think Bivol wins that, and then obviously Bivol may fight Canelo for undisputed. You know, that might open up an opportunity there for Canelo to go back and maybe fight Bivol, look to seek revenge against a guy that's actually undisputed. So it's going to be interesting. But that's the news. Artur Beterbiev will be fighting Callum Smith January 14th. And let's talk about Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua is now, as we know, that Dillian Whyte failed his drug test. Anthony Joshua will be fighting Robert Helenius on Saturday. They found a replacement. A bit underwhelming, but I think on the short notice, who were they going to really get? They couldn't get someone very dangerous like Ruiz or someone. I know Ruiz, I don't think that was realistic. I think the money Ruiz wants, I think Ruiz's stock after beating AJ has gone up. I don't think Ruiz is going to take small change to fight. So I don't think it was ever realistic. And I think, although Eddie wouldn't say that, it was too dangerous. It's too dangerous. When you got a Deontay Wilder fight on the horizon, you're not going to take a risk against Ruiz. It'd be stupid to. So I never expected them to put him in there with somebody that was going to be that taxing. But I think the Robert Helenius fight, it's an easy fight for Joshua. I don't see that being a tough fight. I don't think Robert Helenius is a big puncher. He's a big guy, but not a big puncher. I think Joshua will deal with him. And I think he'll get an emphatic... And I think he might need a fight like this, because I think Jermaine Franklin was probably not the right fight for AJ. I think AJ needed a few guys that he could knock over. Like, you know, like Dominic Brazil type fights where he could look good and get his confidence back, because AJ is lacking confidence. So this sort of fight, in my opinion, someone like Robert Helenius, who's not very offensively that dangerous to AJ, in my opinion. Big guy, who knows? He lands something, could hurt him. Who knows? Joshua is very vulnerable at this point. But I think this is the right opponent to make Joshua look good. And I think Joshua needs that, because then Joshua can then move on and gain confidence, because I think Joshua's lacking confidence, not just mentally, he's lacking confidence. So I think this fight will help him gain that confidence and then move on to future fights. I don't know whether this fight is going to give him enough confidence in time to prepare him for Wilder, when he's going to fight Wilder in January, December, February, whenever. But I definitely think it'll probably help him. I think the Dillian Whyte fight could have been a very tough fight. And I think that could have been a fight where I think Joshua could have been questioning himself even more, because I think Dillian Whyte would have been very dangerous for Joshua. You know, I think Dillian Whyte I was really looking forward to that, because I actually looked at that as a 50-50. That could have gone either way. You know, I think Joshua, you would put him slight favourite, but I don't think there was much in it. I think there was a good chance that Dillian Whyte could have turned him over. So I think, yeah, let's see what happens. But leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below about the new change of opponent. What do you make of Smith Beterbiev? And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.